What's up, y'all? Andre, Big CEO, back again with another Garage Bible Talks. We outside taking a walk this time, but we're going to get into it. Real word, real life, for all ears that can hear, from a mouth of a young black man. Y'all, I read Mark 14. Mark 14 pretty deep to me, y'all. It talk about a lot of stuff, but one of the big things that I got from the beginning was that Jesus wanted his flowers while he was there. I thought that was dope. In the beginning of Mark, it talks about this woman. She poured a bunch of expensive perfume on Jesus, and they explained that she could have sold it for like a year's worth of wages type stuff. And she poured it on Jesus' head, and the people that was there was trying to like make fun of her. And so Jesus stopped them, and he let it be known, like, hey, nah, this is helping me for my burial. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he was very thankful for it, and he said that her story will forever be told. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, yeah, Jesus wanted his flowers now. Don't we all be wanting our flowers? But he wanted his flowers right then and there. So I thought that was just a dope, interesting part. I thought that was super dope. But the lesson that I got from that was that sometimes honoring God, um, it will make people talk. You know what I'm saying? It'll make people talk about you, try to make you feel dumb, or like it's not the smartest thing to do for honoring him, and let that be what that is. So what? You know what I mean? Honor God. um Later on in the Bible, man, Jesus was stressed, y'all. That man was stressed, and it's so crazy that they pretty much let it be known that Jesus was stressed. He knew that his time was coming. One of his disciples was going I'm looking at the nature, y'all. One of his disciples was gonna betray him, and he knew it was coming. He was up at night, late at night, and he just was praying to God. He prayed to God 3 times, and he said, "Take this cup from me, but not my will, but yours." And he was stressed out, and his disciples kept falling asleep on him, and he knew it was tough, and he just kept praying. He didn't really, he knew what he had to do. He knew he had to sacrifice himself, and he knew it was God's will, but it was hard for him. And the lesson I got from that was that, when you're going through it, even your own people might let you down, because his disciples kept falling asleep on him during this time where he felt like he really needed him. He needed all the love he can get. He's praying to God. He wanted his disciples up with him to pray too, and they just kept falling asleep. But you got to keep praying. You got to push through. You know, There's times gonna be hard. Even your own people might let you down, but just pray and keep pushing through. Man, y'all. And the last thing that I got was when Peter denies Jesus. So Jesus had already said it, like, Peter, you're gonna deny me 3 times. You feel me? Before, I think it was like 2 times a rooster crow, or 3 times a rooster crow. But you're gonna deny me 3 times in a row. You feel me? And Peter was like, nah, like, I'm the most downest, I'm the loyalist. I die for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't going. And so during this time, he said all that. Judas, who I'm learning, I gotta learn more about this Bible, man. It's crazy. This man, Judas, sat in Jesus' face and betrayed him for a bag. So he betrayed him, and he bring the people, and so everybody flee. And because, like I said, Peter just had this conversation with Jesus. So Peter like, nah, bro, I just told you I'm down. So Peter he's staying a distance, but he's following along the crowd of people that's taking Jesus to the court, because he's trying to put him on trial to kill him. And so Peter's following. He's in the courthouse and all that, because he like, I'm down. I told you I ain't denying you. And boom, somebody calls him out. Like, ain't you one of Jesus' followers? And during this time, and so he starts denying, like, nah, he's denying. And then he hear the rooster cry one more time, and he remembered, and he started breaking down and crying, because he remembered, like, dang, I just told Jesus I wasn't going to deny you, and he said it, and I did it, and it happened. And just the big lesson I got from that is that even the realest will fold, under pressure, even the realest. But God can still use your failure for his glory. So we all have times we may fold, and try not to. Our intention isn't to fold. Our intention isn't to fail, but get up, keep pushing, keep following God. Because even in our roughest times, even when we feel like we failed, God can still use that for his glory. That's all I really got, y'all. The biggest takeaways I got, though, Y'all, loyalty ain't always what it seems. Uh, Pray when pressure hits, even when you scared. Your purpose might cost you your comfort, your popularity, and your peace. But God see your effort, even when people don't. So keep praying, keep working, keep pushing. God see everything. Amen. Peace.